one cannot avoid the tragedy of what's happened in Christchurch, 22nd of February 2011, since 12:51 p.m. So we have the second reading of the Canterbury Earthquake Commemoration Day Bill, and I think it's quite appropriate, sir, that in the interpretation of that particular bill, it makes specific reference to the Canterbury Show Day. And notwithstanding all the tragedy and loss and grief and dislocation that's happened in that community, that in itself conjures up the very thought of coming together, both the country and the town, and celebrating that unity that we all grew to have an amazing confidence in. When I was a child, the highest building or highest structure in Christchurch was the cathedral, and on the odd day when you're up on the Port Hills and you looked across and there was that canopy of fog, the only thing sticking out would be the cathedral. It's going to take a lot of work for us to ensure that our children, our grandchildren, have a similar view of the excitement and the flair and colour that Christchurch was to us as children. So just moving on to the aspect of the event in North Canterbury, it's interesting that a lot of the families still send their children to the various colleges of eminence in Christchurch, and it is worth noting that it was pleasing to see that the community of North Canterbury, the schools, especially the area schools, and I'll mention them in North Canterbury, they are the Amuri Area School, the Hurnui Area School and the Cheviot Area School were able to open their doors for whatever time will be necessary for those children that have been displaced out of those colleges. So we look forward to the 18th of March to come together to support one another and to look toward a brighter future, aware that the speakers that have gone before us have very eloquently articulated the heartfelt emotion of it all. So, Mr. Speaker, leaving it at that, I commend this bill to the House.
Point of order, Chris Tremaine.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I seek leave of the House to go to the third reading of the Canterbury Earthquake Commemoration Day.
I need to put the motion on the second reading.
I'm sorry.
So can I just suggest to the member that we deal with this item first? If there's a procedural thing, we should do that. So I'll put the question that the motion be agreed to. Those that have that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. That's agreed. And now the
Canterbury Earthquake Commemoration Day Bill, second reading.
And now the member. Point of order, Chris Tremaine.
Mr. Speaker, I seek leave of the House to go to the third reading of the Canterbury Earthquake Commemoration Day Bill forthwith and to forego the committee stage.
Leave is sought for that purpose. Is there anyone opposed to that course of action? There appears not. Leave is granted. We now. So the question is that the bill be read a third time. This bill is set down for third reading forthwith. Honourable Kate Wilkinson.